John, you must be absolutely delighted with that performance, keeping Batley scoreless for so long.
I am delighted because, in all honesty, everything we practiced during the week, we knew the weather was predicted to be like this, and obviously we knew that there's a slope here, it would be very heavy. So, in all honesty, the half-backs were sensational today. You know, Matty Wilde, who's normally a hooker, and Jordan Lilly, who returned, he was massive for us today. I thought we controlled the game doing downhill, and that allowed us to build that lead up. And then coming uphill, we were really clever with when we put the ball out of play and so on. I think the only downside to the half-backs game was hitting the post in the second half, but we'll let them off that one.
What was the most pleasing aspect, John? The fact you scored them 16 points in difficult conditions, or the fact that you managed to restrict Batley to just 6 in that second half?
I think it was the smartness that we demonstrated. So you could say it was both, but I thought defensively we were really good today, and you know, I thought Batley looked as if they were trying to make things up, but eventually, because we really did question. You know, we put question against their go forward simply by our line speed and ruck control, and you can do that in conditions like this. And I think we learned from last week, which is a really pleasing thing. So if your team are progressing, if your team are improving, if your team are learning, you're okay.
That's certainly shown in the stats. 2 goal line dropouts forced and those intelligent kicks turning Batley around. Defogging Johnson on debut looked certainly lively and energetic.
Yes, he was. It's not his conditions either, but he certainly worked very, very hard, and he had a little target of 100 metres plus in his carries, so we'll see if he's achieved that. But you know, really pleased with what we turned up today, because you know, when you've lost 3 on the bounce, you don't want to make it 4, and you have to find a way to win, and the conditions were never going to be free flowing, so it had to be an effort-based game plan, and I think that they executed it very, very well.
Has the confidence returned to the dressing room now?
Well, they've certainly enjoyed the sing-song, so they've enjoyed that, but we're fully aware that we've got a heck of a task next week when we go over to Widnes, and you know, it'll be slightly different underfoot to what it's been this afternoon, so you know, we'll have to practice differently, but that's the challenge of week-to-week Championship Rugby League.
Was there any injury concerns, John?
John Lilly's got a bit of a dead leg, and Jake Webster had a head injury assessment. Jake's passed that, so there's no problems. Jordan's, it's manageable, is a dead leg, so I'm certain he'll be ready. He won't train on Tuesday, we'll give him Tuesday off, we'll just treat him, ice him and make sure he gets over that dead leg, and then he'll be ready to train Thursday and obviously prepare for Sunday.
Throwing the ball about a little bit second half.
Yeah, well, again, it was, you know, we didn't just want to take Batley on in the middle in conditions like this. We wanted to get to their edges, and we wanted to make their edges do a bit of work as well. So, and it worked, you know. I'm absolutely delighted. I mean, if you read our game plan, our tip sheet, it's exactly what they've done. So that's why I'm so absolutely pleased with what the players have done and what they've turned up today, and they thoroughly deserve the plaudits that they should rightly get.
Yeah, as I say, it's, you know, very testing conditions. So on the back of losing a few, so
yeah,
you know,
well, yeah,
stood up and be counted. Today,
they did, yeah, and they were a bit nervy the first 15 minutes or so, but I think once they got into the game and they improved as the first half went on, and I thought the second half was great coming up this hill into this wind in those conditions.
And the third try just before half time was probably quite important as well, wasn't it? Because making it a 3-score game.
Yes, it was. It did, yes, it did. But you know, even then, I mean, I felt that 2 scores. You know, honestly, if we'd have been 2 scores ahead in these conditions, I'd have been delighted. So to be 3 scores, you know, it was extra delighted. And I think it shows in the second half that 2 scores would have been enough. But it's always nicer and it's good for the heart rate when it's 16-6 rather than 12-6.
And defensively, must be very pleased.
Oh, absolutely delighted. Yeah, I mean, they've put a shift in today of these fellas. You know, there's some sore bodies in there, but they've put a shift in, and they've got to be applauded for that.
John, just finally, Sheffield have lost to Featherstone and Toulouse beating Toronto yesterday. 6 rounds gone, everyone's lost a game.
Right, yeah. Oh, good start, Mick. I didn't realise that, but that's a good start.
It shows you how competitive this division is.
Does,
anyone
yes.
can beat anyone.
It certainly does, yes. And I mean, I thought Toulouse were a very good team, and I thought they played really well last week. And you know, people might have been disappointed with 14-0, but believe you me, they can play. And I think that's probably been demonstrated this weekend.